Good afternoon. My name is Forrest Carithers, and I am here with Dom D'Amato, a fellow administrator of Young Mineral Collectors, as well as Ryan Klockner, a member of Young Mineral Collectors and designer behind Geology 365, one of our partners. And we're talking a little bit about one of the paramount founding things that's important to the Young Mineral Collectors, and that's connecting youth with the mineral community. The other two guys are going to talk a little bit about some of the outreach activities that we have, our ongoing projects and initiatives. I'm going to talk a little bit about who the Young Mineral Collectors are. So a brief overview from me, and then I'm going to hand it off to Dom to talk about some of our activities. So who is the Young Mineral Collectors? We were founded in 2018. So the Young Mineral Collectors is a rather young organization, but we were founded with a very intent purpose, and that was really to celebrate mineralogy, share knowledge, and create a positive environment for the newest generations of collectors and academics. Our founding members were two young mineral collectors who recognized the need to connect the young group of collectors throughout the globe and really leverage technology and the power of the internet to help connect these people and really create a positive community for them to share knowledge and reach out to one another. Since our founding in 2018, we have over 1,600 members, which represents very rapid growth. That's on our dominant social platform, Facebook. We have over 50 plus countries represented, which is a very diverse representation from across the globe. And we're welcoming all collectors under 40 years of age, but our partnership with FM helps us represent those over 40 as well, and a transition and bridging and communication between those two organizations. One of the things that I wanted to focus on, and it helped spice up our presentation a little bit, was some of the other things that our group is capable of. So we're hobbyists, we're collectors, we're also academics, we're artists, and we're photographers. And what you'll see here is that we have a very small selection of some of the amazing work that our members are capable of. Some photography here, also some artwork, but we also have a diverse group of academics as well. I apologize, 1 second. I think my dogs are getting worked up. I'm actually going to hand this off to Dom real quick so he can talk about some of our initiatives. Dom, if you're here, go ahead and head off.
Hey guys, I'm Dominic. I am a grad student at McGill, and I'll be talking to you about some of our outreach programs and initiatives that we do at Young Mineral Collectors. And since we have such a diverse group of people, we've got a lot of people from around the world. That means that we have to do a lot of outreach to connect all the people with each other, so we can learn from each other, so we can communicate with each other, and so we can just have a more cohesive group of people who are comfortable with each other in general. So one of the big outreach activities that we do are display cases. We do these display cases at many major shows. One example is the Tucson show. So this year at the Tucson show, we'll have multiple display cases, and these cases are, some are individual cases for members of the Young Mineral Collectors group, and some are cases for the group as a whole where people can send in individual specimens. And this is really important for the Young Mineral Collectors because as young people, sometimes we haven't amassed massive collections yet. Sometimes we don't have the financial capability to have our own rooms at shows like this. So it allows us to show off our collections in ways that are affordable for us, that are convenient for us, and really highlights a wide variety of people in our group. And that's just a great way to get people involved in mineral collecting and in the shows in general. We also have a wide variety of educational outreach programs. Two of the main ones we do are educational speakers and educational articles. The educational speakers are events that we hold once a month via Zoom. And these speakers can come from either inside the Young Mineral Collectors group or from outside the group. And it encompasses a huge variety of topics. It could be on local geology of an area that you're interested. It could be in mineral collecting, maybe microamounts, maybe thumbnails, or a specific size of minerals. It could be on photography of minerals and angles. So we allow people to have a huge variety of talks depending on what they're interested in and whether or not it will help the group. And like I said, these talks are once a month and we record them and we put them on our website. So if a member missed a talk and they're still interested in what was being talked about, they can go online and they can watch that YouTube video. And that just allows them to view it at their convenience and hopefully learn something from the presenter. The educational articles are another major outreach that we do. And the articles are, they're kind of on a first come, first served basis. So if you're interested in writing, come in contact with us. And the articles also comprise a wide variety of topics. It could be something you've been researching. It could be anything that was encompassed under the educational speaker talks. So we just want to encourage people to, share their knowledge in a variety of mediums, whichever's easiest for them. And that just allows our members to view these different articles, different videos, and hopefully they can learn a thing or two about various aspects of mineral collecting and geology that they're currently interested in. Something we set up earlier this year was the virtual museum tours. And these museum tours are allows members to view collections that they would otherwise probably never see. It takes away the financial burden of having to travel and get to these museums in order to view the specimens. So in order to accommodate these, we find local museums who are willing to allow us to film their collections, and we go there. We'll discuss some of the history of the specimens. We'll go and film their significant specimens. And sometimes we can get the curators to give us a historical overview of how they got there, how the museum was started, and just how it all relates to mineral collecting in general. And due to COVID, we haven't been able to get too many museum tours going, but we're hoping to really increase these once the museums start opening up and allowing visitors once again, because it really is a great way to get the community involved and just to allow people to see collections that they're probably not going to see if we don't digitize them. We also have collector spotlights, and these spotlights are meant to highlight individual collectors and their passions. And these collector spotlights are a series of questions and pictures that we ask to individual collectors. And it's just a great way to kind of get their collection out there to the rest of the group. If they're interested in sharing, their specifics on, maybe they have a specific mineral species that they collect. It really allows them to elaborate on their collection, to show it off in a way that people can appreciate and they can kind of learn about the history of their collection. Recently, something we've set up a virtual book club for young mineral collectors. This book club, we're really hoping that it can allow the YMC community to connect with each other, to communicate their ideas, to ask questions, and just to become more familiar with each other. The book club, the idea behind the book club is to read a book once a month and then kind of break off into smaller groups based on time zones, so it's convenient for everybody involved. And we want to encourage people to ask each other questions, to bounce ideas off of each other. If you're confused about a specific concept, maybe somebody in the book club is much more familiar with that and they can help you out with it. And it's really a way that we can ask each other questions as opposed to having to go outside of the group. So it encourages communication between members, which is a major thing that we want to encourage at Young Mineral Collectors, because it's difficult being a young person in a hobby that's definitely not tailored towards us. So that's just a way that we can help ease the burden of getting into mineral collecting and hopefully educate people past what they already know. And hopefully we can also include some entertaining and educational books for people where it's subjects where they're interested in reading about. And lastly, and probably our most time-consuming initiative that we've done in the past year, is the mentorship program. And this program, which Ryan will talk more about, is really to connect the younger generation with the older generation who might have some more tips and tricks for them. So I'll pass that off to Ryan so we can talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, for the mentorship program, I believe it was a post went out in the Young Mineral Collector group, and they were looking for ways to be able to come up with a set of tools that would assist in pulling a mentorship together. So I felt that it was an area where I could contribute, as I have this project, Geology 365, which it's really designed to work within the mineral community and help out in the best way I can, which is from a technological background. The first thing you see on the list there is the mentorship program. So the general concept is that it's a mineral matchmaking service, to where you would fill out a profile, you'd express what you're interested in. It's got a series of check boxes for pretty much any field within geology that you may be interested in, as well as some general informational things about your background, your level of expertise. And the system itself would then provide the matchmaking service that would find the best fit for you and a mentor. And that's basically the portion of the mentorship program. The rest of the system, kind of in a nutshell, it has a number of resources, but the primary resource for a collector is for collection management. There are tools to catalog your collection, design your labels, print them off. You can even append QR codes. So we're just trying to bridge that gap between mineral collectors and technology that seems to be maybe lacking a little bit. From the club side, there's a whole suite of tools for clubs to be able to design their own website, assist with event management, whether it be field trips, meetings, symposia, you name it, it's in there. Some field trip management tools. There's a lot of different things that the software brings to the table, that I'm always willing to work with others in this community to help enhance our overall experience that we have as mineral collectors, and attempting to bridge that gap between mineral collectors and the general public. And I think I'm the last to speak. If I'm incorrect, somebody speak up, but if there are any immediate questions, you can reach out with those now. Otherwise, as you see, a lot of our resources here for the young mineral collectors, how you can get in a hold of us, join the group. It's a very welcoming group, so we look forward to you.